If you ever see a mansion for sale for $1, run. I thought I found the deal of a lifetime. But tonight, I found this behind the basement wall. I didn't buy a house. I bought my own tomb. I still remember the ink on a deed. It felt too heavy for a piece of paper. I bought this abandoned Victorian mansion for a single dollar. At the time, I thought I was the luckiest man alive. The realtor didn't smile, didn't shake my hand. He just slid the keys across the table and left without a word. That silence. That should have been my first warning. The house stands on a hill, isolated, drowning in fog. It's beautiful, in a dying sort of way. But the moment I stepped across the threshold, the air changed. It wasn't just stale, it was stagnant. Like the house was holding its breath, waiting for me. The first week was quiet. Too quiet. There were no birds outside, no wind in the trees. Just the settling of the house. I spent my days stripping wallpaper and my nights trying to ignore the feeling of being watched. I set up a sleeping bag in the living room because the bedrooms upstairs felt wrong. Every time I looked into a mirror, my reflection seemed a split second slower than my movements. I told myself it was just exhaustion. The lack of sleep was getting to me. I was fixing a house that didn't want to be fixed. Nails would pop out of wood, paint would peel hours after application. The house was rejecting me. Then the schedule began. Every night, like clockwork, at exactly 3 o'clock a.m. It started as a rhythmic tapping, deep within the structure. I traced it to the basement. It wasn't rats. It wasn't pipes. It was deliberate. Scratching. Slow, agonizing scratching coming from inside the basement walls. It sounds like fingernails on concrete. Scritch. Scratch. Scritch. I tried to record it, but my phone would just die instantly. Last night, I pressed my ear against the cold brick. I swear I heard breathing on the other side. Not the breathing of an animal, but the shallow, terrified gasps of a man. I couldn't take it anymore. The lack of sleep turned into madness. I convinced myself there was someone trapped in there. A squatter? A victim? I didn't care. I needed it to stop. Yesterday, I grabbed the sledgehammer. I went down there with a fury I didn't know I possessed. I screamed at the wall, demanding it to show me its secrets. I swung the hammer. Again. And again. Dust filled the air, choking me, but I didn't stop. I smashed until my hands blistered, until the brick gave way. I expected a hidden room. A skeleton. A tunnel. Anything. But there was no hidden room. Just solid, packed earth. Cold, black soil that smelled of centuries of decay. Confused, I turned around to leave, to get fresh air, but the basement stairs were gone. Where the stairs used to be, there was only a smooth, solid brick wall. No exit. No door. Panic set in. I scrambled back, and my flashlight beam hit something on the floor, half buried in the debris I had just made. It was a poster. A missing person poster. I picked it up, my hands shaking uncontrollably. The date was 50 years ago. And the face. The face was mine. I didn't buy the house for $1. I never left. I am the ghost trapped inside the walls, and I've been scratching to get out for 50 years. 3 steps to safety: like, comment, subscribe.